Did you know that there is an angel who has never laughed since hell was created? His name is Michael. He is one of the four great angels in Islam, alongside Jibril, Gabriel, who delivers revelation, Israfil, who will blow the trumpet on the day of judgment, and Israel, the angel of death. Mikail was assigned a unique and noble task by Allah to manage the sustenance, risakur, of all creatures. He oversees the descent of rain, the fertility of the earth, and the distribution of provision to every living being, humans, animals, and beyond. Without his role, by Allah's command, not a single drop of rain would fall, no seed would grow, and no creature could survive. Allah mentions Mikail by name in the Qur'an. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 98, he says, "Whoever is an enemy to Allah and his angels and his messengers and Jibril and Mikail, then indeed Allah is an enemy to the disbelievers." This verse is powerful. Allah places Mikail's name right alongside Jibril's and states that enmity toward these angels is an act of disbelief. This shows just how honored and elevated Mikail is in Allah's sight. Few angels are explicitly named in the Quran, and Mikail is one of those exceptional few. Allah himself defends and dignifies him in his speech. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, also frequently mentioned Mikail in his supplications. In an authentic hadith narrated by Muslim, the Prophet used to recite this dua before sleeping, saying, "O Allah, Lord of Jibril, Mikail, and Israfil, creator of the heavens and the earth, knower of the unseen and the seen, you judge between your servants concerning that over which they differ. Guide me, by your permission, to the truth in that which they have differed. Indeed, you guide whom you will to a straight path." This dua is profound. The Prophet Muhammad mentioned Mikail alongside Jibril and Israfil in a plea for guidance and truth. It reminds us that Mikail's role is not merely about physical sustenance like rain and crops, but he is also part of the divine system of mercy and guidance. The very life we live, sustained by provision, is one of the paths that leads us to truth and gratitude. One of the most moving narrations about Mikail is his reaction to hellfire. The Prophet Muhammad, "Mikail has not laughed since hell was created." Musnad Ahmad, graded Hassan by some scholars like Al-Haythami and Al-Mundiri. Think about that. Mikail, a being who is so close to Allah's mercy and who has never disobeyed, has not laughed even once since the day hell was shown to him. Not because he fears for himself, but because he understands the terror of hell and how many human beings may fall into it. And yet, here we are, laughing without reflection while carrying the burden of sins. If even the angels tremble at the sight of hell, Mikail was also present during one of the most critical events in Islamic history, the Battle of Badr. During this battle, Allah sent thousands of angels to aid the Muslims. This moment is mentioned in the Quran, in Surah Al-Anfal, verse 9. "Remember when you asked help of your Lord, and he answered you, 'Indeed, I will reinforce you with 1,000 from the angels, following one another.'" According to the Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, among the angels sent was Mikail himself. He led the angelic battalion on the left flank, while Jibril led the right. This affirms that Mikail was not only responsible for sending mercy from the sky in the form of rain, but he also descended to the battlefield to defend the believers and uphold the truth. He is not just the bringer of physical provision, but also a defender of divine justice. From all these stories and teachings, one truth becomes clear. Mikail plays a vital role in our lives, even though we rarely acknowledge him. Every drop of rain, every grain of rice, every breath of cool air, all of it flows through the system that Mikail oversees, under the command of Allah. And what's even more striking is that this noble angel who works day and night for our sustenance has never smiled since seeing the horrors of hell. Not for himself, but because he cares. He understands the seriousness of Allah's punishment and the danger that many humans live in due to heedlessness. So ask yourself, if Mikail, a sinless angel, has never laughed out of fear of hell. Do we not feel ashamed to laugh in sin? If Mikail continues to deliver us sustenance day after day, have we truly shown gratitude? Have we remembered him in our prayers? Have we thanked Allah for appointing such a being to serve our survival? May we become servants who are grateful for the provision we are given, who are conscious of hell, and who remember that even the smallest blessing is part of Allah's mercy, delivered through his noble angel Mikail.